a black spot.
Well, I know you can't.
You're canceling light. That's what you're saying.
It's called destructive interference, but it's interference, and you already said, yeah, you can't interfere with it, not necessarily block. So I mean, this is.
Look, there's a
you can reflect it. You can interfere.
What the fuck, Sin?
Rigger, you believe this kind of stuff. That's what particle accelerations do. They shoot light, and they shoot light into the other light, and they kaboom.
Is that
Wait,
from
what are you guys trying to
Into
prove?
the Spider-Verse?
I don't know.
Okay, that
I'm
might
trying
be
to
a fake
figure out
GIF, but
how
the
light
logic
blocks
is
light.
the same.
How does 1 light plus 1 light equal no light?
No, I think necessarily there would be some kind of obstruction or something that's like guiding the light, right? So like a medium, like a transition or medium or like density layers or something, right? Heat waves, whatever it is causing that manipulation of the light.
Right, but two different colors can interfere with each other and create like a different shade of light, but they can't create a black spot. Because that's what you need to do if light blocks light. You need to create a black spot.
Well, I'm not going to make that claim, but there were some things that came out recently about light being frozen in thin air as like solid matter. So I don't know if that's something.
I just dropped some quantum physics on you, bro.
Well, that's destructive interference. He already said that's. Yeah, but he said that's possible, but he meant block. But check this out, Pure.
Oh, he's being semantical. Oh,
I mean,
Rigger, you're playing word games.
Well,
you're playing word games. Fuck out of here.
Mom's a word game.
Do you see this? Under certain conditions, light can actually block other light. Do you see that like black line? That's exactly what Rick was saying. That you can have a perpendicular laser to like a light with like a wide beam.
Welcome to Flat Earth.
So see how it's like creating a shadow? So it's not necessarily blocking the whole of the light, if that's what we're referring to.
I'll prove it another way. You know Jesse's lasers?
It's just interacting with it, causing like a reflection of sort. And yeah.
Let me ask you this, Rigger. Because I did this to MC Toon and he apologized after.
I'm not going to apologize to you.
Oh, well, I'm sure you're not aware that there is.
I just want you to get that off the table so your expectations aren't too high.
Okay. Well, I'm used to.
All right.
I'm used to.
All right, cool. Go ahead, carry on.
Anyway, you know the difference between seen and unseen light?
Yeah. So if I close my eyes, I don't see light. If I open them, I can see the light.
No, like you can see something there's light in
wrong?
the darkness. There's light in the darkness.
Profound.
Did you know that?
That's profound.
That's a fact. You can't see microwaves. See, I got you.
I'm just waiting for you to say something.
Okay, well, you don't think
just
that
say
light
light exists.
Light.
Okay.
Darkness.
No
what do you think darkness is? Welcome to Flat Earth. Darkness is.
It just makes
what
no
blocks
sense.
Light. And
you say if
darkness is a light. It's the unseen light.
If you don't have a lot of light bleeding into an area and it's not extremely bright, then it is light blocking light. That's like the connection you're trying to draw.
Look, if you want to start over and make a different argument, I'll give you a mulligan.
You don't have it.
You get a free mulligan.
You say, "Oh, there's starlight at nighttime, therefore the light from the stars is being blocked."
Well, what's your argument? You can't refute that.
It's actually
see, I got you upside down, left and right. I got you flipped on your head right now.
I mean, your words are your words, but they kind of.
Okay, sure. Explain that on a globe.
You can't explain it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, no more trolling. You're right.
I'm back.
Explain that in a sense.
We solved that. I'm glad we solved that. That was a confusing one.
All right. Well, I don't know why you brought that up, Sin, but way to go. You brought.
Well,
they
were just talking about how like you see something, and I'm like, you don't see what you think you see. That's all.
He's a random word generator sometimes, dude. Don't worry about it.
It's just I'm so far advanced that everything I say is cryptic. I feel like an alien. I'm writing in cuneiform, but with my words.
I'm so far advanced, I can't even put a coherent
I'm
sentence
trying to
together.
relate to
Come
you guys'
on.
your minds, and it's rather difficult. Beep
My
boop.
thoughts go so fast that they're disjointed by nature.
I'm like Witsit, but I don't say everything fast. I just think before I say it. But it comes out like a riddle.
The fact that you actually might think that's true is so hilarious.
Well, I mean, who
it-
wants to debate? What's your best opinion?
Sin Cleanser, you're great fun, man, but I don't know.
Why
Look,
not?
I've never lost a debate. You can check out my material.
Yeah, QOP says the same
Undefeated.
thing.
Well, QUp's never done a debate.
No, he's done
He
stuff.
just likes to chirp and, talk in Discords and then.
That's what I said about you.
Well, then check my record, bro. I'm
You're
probably
you're
top 3
projecting, bro.
flatters of all time. Actually, I think I'm number 1.
I think you'd probably do better than me.
Sin Cleanser, I've been around, man. I've seen that, but it's hilarious that you say that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
This
I
is-
have more fun than any flat earther too, so it's a double,
Dude,
You just
this
like
is
to
why
smell your own shit, bro.
double whammy.
But this is why Q-Up can't stand you, because you do a better job than he does at the same
Look,
thing.
I don't even care if I'm right,
Yeah, it's
as long
absolutely.
as I'm winning.
Yep. How is that even funny? He's not even funny. He's not even saying anything. that's what fucking
Just a
gets
random
me.
You know what else you have over QUp is you're not like trying to make enemies with everybody for no reason. It seems like.
No, I try to argue my points, but I try to like be friends with everybody. I got a different
At
approach.
least he's got charm. Femboy charm.
I just do the best I can, man. Best you can is good enough.
Yeah.
Now QUp, he's got a lot to learn. That boy, man, he needs a father figure.
Oof.
Proto daddy.
I'll
See,
be
when
his
Sin Cleanser shows up,
proto-daddy.
when Sin Cleanser shows up, he actually stays for the whole debate.
No, I got a
Sure.
Big difference. Big difference.
Huge. Well, I watch like a lot of my debates sometimes, or I have recently, and you can tell just how mad Globers really are.
I can tell you like listening to yourself. That's a no-brainer.
I'm my biggest fan. I'm my big, sometimes I just look at myself in the mirror.
How?
So
You can't.
Well, I don't know if it's
How
me
do you
because I
trust
think
the?
it's
How do you
light-
trust your own eyes? How do
I
you know
think
what
it's
you're
light
seeing, bro?
No, hold on, let me finish. I think my light is so bright that I block myself out of my own view when I look in the mirror. So I think I'm invisible. I'm like a vampire. I don't have a reflection.
You got the opposite of whatever imposter syndrome.
I like to disarm people and then sneak in. I like to give good people bad ideas. I mean, bad people, whatever.
Yeah,
Put it
that's it.
together.
You know?
I need an agent. I need like a secretary. Translate this word, and then they say what I was gonna say.
I think you just need to riddle him.
Riddle me this, then, Mr. Fred.
Ooh, we figured
I
it
bet
out.
my bot could sue
Riggs.
your bot.
We figured out
You want to
Sin's
go
role.
like Robot Wars, but legal Robot Wars? That'd be fun. My bot script versus your bot script. Legal battle. What if you had 2 bots in court, like Grok versus Google AI? That'd be close.
You didn't see the guy who got held in contempt and sentenced to 90 days because he used an AI as he was trying to represent himself pro se, so he made a version of himself via AI and like tried to do a Zoom call and had the fucking AI on the camera, and the judge was like, "What the fuck is this?" And the guy jumped on the microphone. He's like, "Oh, this is my representation pro se. It's just a digital version of myself." He's like, "Yeah, you're in contempt. Get him the fuck out of here."
Well, how do we know that they weren't controlled by a bot themselves?
She took it as like a huge sign of disrespect. It was really weird because the guy was in the courtroom also, but he was still playing the video. It was, I don't know.
I think it was all. I think that was a fake. It's probably something you saw on the internet.
Dude, I'm in Melbourne, and you'd think I was in the Middle East somewhere. It's crazy.
Dude, I served at a tour in the Middle East.
Nice.
You took a tour in the Middle East?
Yeah, there's my squad moving through Afghanistan.
There you go, Sin.
You're ex-military. For some reason, you don't strike me as ex-military.
What do you
I
mean,
was
dude? Look
part
in
of
the
like
chat.
a special. I was part of like a Christian special forces group in Afghanistan, and we had to go out and clear out some stuff.
That's him in the chat right there.
It's kind of based off the Roman centurion, but like pink. That was just because it was a tactic. We had a lot of success against the Muslims, but it is what it is.
Or like strike at the heart of fear or something.
Well, the pink, they didn't know what to think about when they saw the pink. I don't even think they've ever seen white people in some of those areas.
When I was in China, you just become like this gawk fest walking around China.
Well, we have our legions everywhere, so we have to make sure things don't fall apart. Maybe Witsit will join my legion. Do you think Witsit would ever humble himself and like serve? I think we could save him. I think he
From
needs all the
what?
help he can get. Like he needs Sin Cleanser Battalion.
Wait, who does? I was listening to this video.
What's it?
Witsit
Oh.
needs Sin Cleanser Battalion backup.
Have you got anyone else within this battalion? You're just going for the big dog first, and hopefully the rest will fall into line.
Well, I don't know. We're making moves, Apparently he's having difficult relationship problems, I'm not saying it was connected to any of his relationship problems, but, clearly he's not getting along with women or something.
No, did you know that there were like some ballers were trying to call? I don't know if it's Jaren and him, but he made it sound like he said our wives, trying to call our wives and convince them that we hooked up with what's her name in Antarctica.
That's weird. That's kind of... See, that's why we need to send in the boys, the battalion. We got to get these settled.
Is that why his wife uploaded that video online? Because she thought he was cheating on her in Antarctica?
Actually, okay, that'll be the first debate. Sin Cleanser versus Witsit's ex-wife. Who will win? I'll defend Witsit, and she can defend MC Toon.
Don't say ex-wife. We don't know that.
She's going to show up with a box full of empty vape cartridges.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
I'd like to present the following pieces of evidence.
Oh man, I don't even want to make jokes, but he's a public figure, so fair game.
Yep.
I just wouldn't want to live his life.
He definitely put his all in the public eye to be scrutinized, which is, you know what I
It
mean?
takes a lot of confidence. I can respect that. Like to put yourself out there like that, it's like most people don't even have the confidence to do that kind of stuff.
Definitely. And I feel bad for him because he was talking about trying to get a real job and how all they had to do was look up his profile or whatever, look him up online. And because he went all in, it's hard for him to go back to normalcy.
Well, I mean, he can get a job working on a dock somewhere. You don't have to be smart. But I mean, he kind of took a big gamble on his like fame. He wanted to be famous and he wanted to make money off of Flat Earth. So, I mean, you get what you get. You got to commit to the consequence.
I don't think he was all about the fame or necessarily even the money because he could have done other things for money. I think he truly thought or thinks that he's after the truth, and it's more like a
No, he's a little
more like a savior complex than anything monetary or because if he wanted to make, just wanted to make money, he could have done other things.
I talked to him one time, and he was
dude.
like, I talked to him one time, and he was like, "You want to bet $10,000? You want to bet $10,000?"
Yeah, that's not about because he's
like,
about the
shut
money.
up, dude. We're just talking on Discord.
No, come on, he's not trying to get
No, like
10,000.
he
just
doesn't
saying
like
that.
me. I don't like him. But I
Right, but don't say untrue things because that makes you look bad.
I'm not saying.
I mean, he does have a GoFundMe for 10K about every other 90 days. So.
Yeah, he used to always say that. I'll bet you 10,000 when he had money. Now he's begging for money. So God is.
Yeah, but I'm saying he didn't do it for the money because there's not that much. If he wanted money, he could have made better money somewhere else.
The best possible play he could make for him to ever do anything is to pull an OJ Simpson and write a little quote unquote expose like, if I lied, this is how.
If I fooled Flat Earth, this is how I did it. I mean, he could probably sell a lot of. Yeah, that's what Andrew Tate did, right? He's like, here's how I got women. Hey, Witsit can just switch gears and be like, here's how I got Flat Earth to follow me.
You know what I think? Like the weirdest thing about claiming or attaching yourself to the TFE being fake is that it doesn't really take that much for some other person or look at the videos that already exist, or tons of people to go, prove it next year or the year after. So if they were going to put all their eggs in that basket of faking it, and then it doesn't exist, the 24-hour sun, that's a very short-lived way to put all the eggs in their basket, right?
Yeah, I left Flat Earth for a little bit when the TFE things popped off. I never understood the it's fake side. Like, because I think he really did go down there and he really did do what they were doing. But I don't think he proved anything. And it looked ridiculous. But I don't think it was fake. I just think people trusted Witsit too much and they put too much faith in him. And then, like, when everyone predicted he would fail and he would look like how he looked, then it's a big fat I told you so.
He kind of had to go, though, because, I mean, if he didn't go, everyone's going to call him, like, a pussy or...
Dude, I said, send me. I said, I'll go. I'll fucking do it. Send me. And they said, oh,
But
you
isn't
don't have a
it
YouTube
that-
channel. You don't have a big YouTube channel.
Isn't it that it shouldn't be about trusting anybody, what you think about the Earth, but I mean, if they totally trusted him, they wouldn't have doubted if it was fake or not, right?
Well, like, now everyone thinks that, wow, they really proved the 24-hour sun. It must be a globe. Our boy Witsit and Jaren totally got bamboozled or something. I mean, I just think they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't really have a good argument going into it. They went there. They looked like a bunch of fools. They didn't really have any explanations. They came back. One of them converted to the globe. The other one says, I don't know, I need $10,000. It's just like, man, that's a fail.
Well, what would you have done different in Cleanser?
I would have done everything right.
I would have had high
That's
altitude
very
footage,
specific, sir.
high altitude balloon. That would have been, I wanted to see that. Like,
I would have had a lot of
altitude.
mirrors. I would have been using mirrors and shit.
I don't know. There just seems to be a lot of criticism of him and the TFE thing. And I mean, dude, it's just criticism.
Well, I think he
from an
deserved it.
armchair doing nothing.
I'm not under any delusions. I mean, he was so excited about the trip. He was up all night in Discord with us talking about the trip and like, what do you have anything I need to take? Or like, just dude, the guy was on edge. He was so excited about the trip. He was up all night. We were literally on Discord like this all night. He got no sleep the day before and then he had to fly. Right. And I was under no delusions. Well, I was just under no delusions. Like, dude, Austin's not a scientist. Right. He's a dude. He's a guy just like us. He knows the points like we do, but he knows them better. And, you know, I never expected him to be like a team of scientists with all the appropriate gear and be ready to do all the most like scientific things. I never expected that, but a lot of people did. And he's never going to live up to that. And and then he's being sabotaged by the person that he went with, you know, in multiple vectors. And so it just didn't, go as we hoped. But me personally, I never expected him to have like a ton of data. And then on top of that, I knew he was probably going to get sick. I knew he was having no sleep. I knew that he was like, going to get disoriented and stuff because of how dry it was and the sun being up constantly and no sleep. And then having to, and then you find out that they're doing 3 or 4 different orientations and they're being shuffled around like cards to this part of the camp and that part of the camp. I'm like, yeah, this is like, he's just going to be lucky to make it through the trip.
Yeah,
that's all I'm thinking.
I don't trust those people. I don't know if I'd ever even go with those people.
Well, that's what I said in the beginning.
Yeah, totally.
In the beginning, I told him, I was like, I don't think you should go.
I don't trust those people.
That was his biggest
Letting him-
mistake going with that many Globers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I think that's where
Well,
he messed
either
up.
way, I think
I don't
letting
blame
him
him for
frame it as if the only thing that mattered was the 24-hour sun down there. Like they could have done a bunch of other things. Plus the fact that, I mean, the plane wouldn't even be able to land when it got there, by the way. But if it was not in perfect sync 1-to-1 with rotation at that point and all that. So it doesn't even matter. It's already debunking the globe just going there. But regardless, the fact that they made it all about that. And then they realized it was a 24-hour sun as soon as they got there. So as far as doing their own, camera work or anything, they didn't think that was going to be like something that came into contention because the Globers were doing the recording of the 24-hour sun, which they could see themselves when they got there what's happening. That's what I think.
I just think that if they were going to, I mean, basically they were betting that if I paid you, $30,000 or $40,000 to go, would you go? That's basically what it was. Like, I'll take you for free. Okay, well, that means the ball is in our court. If someone else is willing to pay for your trip, the ball's in your court. And if that's the case, you go under your demands in your circumstances. I'm going to go when I feel like going, on my trip, on my time, my rules.
Yep.
You
Make
know,
your stipulations. I agree.
yeah,
100%.
I'm not going to go on your circus ride with your handlers on your schedule. I'm going on my schedule. If you're going to pay for my trip, I'm planning it. You know
right,
what I mean?
because they treated Jaren and Witsit as like tag-alongs. That's what it seemed like
Right.
from, watch it. They were just there to tag along. They weren't actually part of anything.
Well, and then when they finally got Austin to agree to the contract, McToon literally the next day is like, oh, you know what, maybe I should go to Antarctica. Oh, and then the next week it's like, oh, maybe we should bring this movie maker cameraman who is, a flat earther, I promise. It's like, I'm like, yeah, this is a setup. Like as soon as that happened and they were bringing more people, especially McToon, I'm like, yeah, this is a setup. I'm not going. If you want to pay for my trip, going on my terms. Sorry.
Somebody should, or Austin should, be documenting that whole thing that happened, because now it seems like this documentary is going to come out. It's only going to feature Jaren. Jaren's going to say that he's now a Glover. It's going to make Flat really bad, and which it won't be in it at all. And there should be somebody like documenting his experience and getting totally cut out of the thing and leading up to it, how everything that went down.
Well, is that true though? Is he actually not going to be in it?
No, I'm saying it seems like that might be the case now. He was talking about that.
I know he was talking about it, and Duffy, made the motion that, okay, we're just going to take him out, but I have the feeling that Austin's going to be like, just put me in. Just put me in. I have a feeling, I don't know if that's true, but I just have a feeling that he might. No,
he wants to be able to give his say to the documentary filmmaker that it doesn't prove it's a ball. Whether he's in it or not, it's not about that.
Final edit rights. Final edit rights.
Yeah, and what he says, will he have a decision about making sure that Flat Earth is represented in that documentary? Which is probably why he's still defending Jaren without totally going off on him, because Jaren might have a say on whether that happens.
Have they even had a look at it yet that we know of?
There's no way that the documentary is going to be a plus for Flat Earth. There's no chance. Just like Jaren said, I didn't know Netflix was going to screw me over. Like, this documentary is not going to be pro Flat Earth. They're not going to say any of the Flat Earth proofs. So,
yeah,
I can't.
Yeah, but which is hoping at least what he thinks should be represented fairly. But they're probably just going to cut him out completely.
Well, yeah, that's what Jaren said. I thought they were going to represent me and they're going to represent Flat Earth. But guess what Netflix did? Government, pedophilic organization. They're going to do what they do.
It's behind the curve.
There's no way that they're going to say. Yeah, there's no way they're going to say any of the Flat Earth points. They're never going to say that pointing at the sun. They're never going to show the Will Duffy clip saying that, oh, Sean, you're talking about the sun. It has nothing to do with the nature of Earth or the measurements of Earth. So nothing positive is going to be about Flat Earth.
Well, and they can. So I've made this point before. I'll make it again. They can make. They can present Flat Earth as we talk about it. Like, they don't have to slander us at all. They can make a documentary that's actually very kind, very supportive. Everything's above board. Everybody would agree with it. And all they have to do is name the documentary The Final Experiment, as if we're agreeing to those terms. That's all they have to do. And then show a counter rotation, and then the rest is just, leading logic. Slam dunk globe, right? Like, everyone was super nice, had this great trip, yada, yada. Oh yeah, we confirmed it was a globe. See? Final experiment. We finally proved it. That's all they have to do. It's real simple.
Well, yeah, it's like when Robbie Davidson had Logan Paul at the convention, and Robbie Davidson's like, "Oh, I think he's genuine. I think he's really genuine."
Oh my God!
Really, dude? Robbie Davidson, you thought Logan Paul was genuine? Like, come on. You trusted Will Duffy? Like, come on. Jaren, you trusted Netflix? Like, come on.
The most ironic thing is that the irony is, the scariest thing would be if they came out with a documentary saying the Earth is flat. We know exactly how long, how big it is. Here's how thick the firmament is. The Earth is flat. We're telling you the truth. The Earth is flat. That would be the scariest thing they could do.
I'd be the same boat. Like, a lot of people wouldn't believe it because they trust the government, or like the government, just like in the predictive programming, they tell you they're going to do 9/11. They tell you they're going to lock you down. Agenda 2030, they tell you what they're going to do, but most people just too busy, don't care, or they're atheist or whatever.
But most people believe the government, right? So if the government came out and made a documentary saying Earth is definitely flat, we know how. There's no more land. It's just exactly this. This is the flat Earth. There's a firmament, and now the air inside the firmament is contaminated. So now you got to get in these smart cities. You know, this is what eventually they could do with the flat Earth.
Yeah, they would just claim it was the government trolling them. They're like, this is a troll video. The government's just trolling but it's just like
No, they could just show that it's actually
Hillary
flat. Like
saying
show
the
the real proof of it being flat. Show the real proof of it. Just don't show you exactly how many other continents there are or any of the stuff they're hiding still.
the government could tell atheists right to their face, and they would still be like, I don't care. I want to lick your boots. I don't care. Like, it's still a Big Bang. It's still evolution. I don't care that you told me it's flat. You showed me all the evidence. I'm still going to lick your boot.
Well, they wouldn't be doing it so they would go against the government. They would say, trust the government. We're telling you the truth about the flat Earth. And then now the other ponders are coming. That's where the aliens came from this whole time. And then now we've got like real-time gods that we're manipulating and telling you that they're our creators or whatever they want to make up.
Well, maybe if every government, all the governments said it, and they stopped doing globe propaganda and they stopped NASA, then it would be slightly believable. But if you're going to put a video out saying Earth is flat, show the evidence, but then still push NASA, you're kind of like double speaking.
No, they would say that NASA was, just protecting the outer pounders from us for the treaty that we had with them. And that was only about getting the technology so we could travel to the outer pounds. We had to lie to you for those reasons, but now we're telling you the truth because it's time for us to explore. And only certain people can go because you have to pay a lot of money to get on that trip. And then who knows what happens to those people. Good outer pounds, bad outer pounds, real-time judgment day, whatever they want to do.
Well, yeah, it depends on the type of person you are. For me, if a girlfriend says, oh, I only cheated on you because this, I cheated on you and I lied to protect you, I'd be like, see you later, bitch. So if the government says that, see you later, bitch.
Right. That's why I'm saying that would be the scariest thing ever. If they're telling us the quote unquote truth about flat Earth, then it's like, oh, well, that's why they rolled it out. That's why they didn't just kill it. They've been, stringing us along to reveal it so they could have some other huge psyop. That's way worse.
Well, yeah, I think I agree with you. They rolled it out in 2015, but that was to gauge how many people would embrace the information. And then once it was the top search, higher than Donald Trump was the #1 search on YouTube, they're like, holy shit, this is actually gaining traction, and we have to stop it because we can't have this truth exploding like it did. So it was a controlled release, but then they realized it was growing way too fast, and they have to censor it, shut down all the channels, limit them, censor them, shadow ban.
That's what I'm saying. It could be that, but if they come out and tell us the truth, then it wasn't that. It was so eventually they could let us quote unquote win, and then what we win is not what we were expecting.
But it's also partially because they're collecting information on us so that they know we're all flat earthers. They know every search we made. They know all the videos we searched. They got profiles on us. So they know we're unvaccinated flat earthers, and they know the Globers are vaccinated government bootlickers on file.
Yeah, but they also know anyone paying attention or wise enough to figure it out is also a flat earther and unvaccinated, and there's probably a lot of them. That's all them too.
Oh yeah, it was to get us tagged, just like the Jews supposedly in the 40s. They had the star that said, "Oh, I'm a Jew." We have the star saying that we're flat earthers. It's on our profiles. It's on our government profiles.
Right, but I mean, in the long run, it's just gonna if that's ever like an issue or whatever. I mean, I think that they're probably playing a long game with this, and they're gonna make it seem like the golden age.
You should just go and tell the FBI or something that you're a flat earther.
Yeah, but they just respect in secret. They would just respect you because it's obviously the truth, right?
Yeah, they might send some.
I'd say
true.
I'd say it's more likely the FBI and shit don't give a fuck about flat earthers. Y'all just think they do.
I hope they do. I hope we're special.
Oh yeah,
they don't care about us, man. That's
file on us, all through their bullshit, and whether they're going to use it. Maybe they want the other people vaccinated to kill them off, and they want the flat earthers as slaves, or for whatever reason, maybe they're going to have the social credit score, and we're going to be in prison later. But either way, they know every search we made. They know that we're watching flat Earth videos. They know that we're on Discord right now. So like they have the file on us.
Yeah,
we're flat Earth.
I don't think they care what we think either. Like that we figured it out or whatever. They don't care about that. But how useful could we be to whatever else they want to do? Like is that belief useful eventually or now?
Yeah, it's all information. Like they have the slave government. They have the slave system down pat. We're not going to break the slave system. So it's just them collecting information, and whether they use it or not, like they just know all our information. They know we're flat earthers. It's just, are they going to put us in jail in the future? Are they going to do it like 200 years ago and burn us at the stake? I doubt it, but
that'd be way smarter just to use it, right? Because they can only build on inspiration. They can't really build on desperation. At least I hope that's what they plan on doing to some degree. Like they have to make it feel like a golden age and everyone's finding out the truth. But it's their version of the truth, which is useful.
No, they're definitely using it because they're collecting information and they're puzzled. They're like, how do these people break the Prussian education programming? They're like, we did everything we could. We bombarded them with TikTok videos and all the globe propaganda, but these flat earthers, like, how did they break programming? So they're still trying to figure out how we broke programming, and they're also getting information, which videos to take down, which websites to shut down, which YouTube accounts to censor.
But I think they probably the best way to do it would be actively having a hand in finding the most ridiculous proponents of flat Earth and propagating those on TikTok and whatnot. We're touching on that a little bit with Dan Waterman a little bit earlier, right? It's like they could use that guy and his sort of I don't know. Look, just I don't dislike the guy. I'm sure he's got some issue of like want to be as kind as possible, but he's got a manic-like behavior, and that's what they'll use.
But ironically, that's probably the best thing for flat Earth because it keeps it organic. Because if they start promoting the good stuff or allowing the good stuff too much, then they're going to have to adopt it and make it their flat Earth. You know, like how would we have felt if the TFE was like, oh, Pastor goes to Antarctica and proves the Earth is flat, and Will Duffy's like on a pedestal, oh, I proved the Earth is flat, and then it's all this government flat Earth operation. That would suck worse than anything.
I think that they would just press the big red button on the internet and shut everything down, or just like fully fledge a war, or pretend drop a nuke or something if really shit got out of hand.
No, not necessarily. We're not a threat. That's the depressing part. I don't think we're a threat at all. I don't think we are, because even if it seemed like there was cohesion going on between people on the internet, it's the internet. They can infiltrate and like misdirect. They just want to move things. They don't want to kill any one idea. They just want to own it and influence it and make it what they want to make it. We're not going to no one's going to put their iPhone down, pick up a gun, and go against the government. They're not worried about that at all.
I mean, they just, as far as I can tell, or at least my interpretation anyway, is like they want to make it that anyone that comes across this thing, the first thing that they do is they laugh and smile. So they just basically create that knee-jerk reaction, and that's all they have to sort of peddle or craft within the general public. I'm actually still surprised to come across like so-called globers that are even interested in engaging in this topic of conversation. I mean, you've got the anti guys, which I get, but there's a couple of like pretty good, solid fans that they're happy to have the conversation and treat it. There's a better word than serious, but they treat it with respect.
Well, they should, because it's obvious. I mean, the anti-flat earthers are almost like on our side because they make their side look so bad.
Yeah, I agree. Let the Glober talk. He's going to double speak, and then just clip it, put both clips side by side. You got him.
It almost seems like if they're doing the long game, that could be like, because we were joking back in the day when this first started out, the same things you were talking about, like, are they going after us, or are they going after why are the people that are taking the pokey poke, you know, the ones that are actually obedient? What it doesn't make sense. What are they trying to do here? Then there's all these theories going around, and if they rolled out flat Earth, what are they trying? Maybe eventually they're going to use it, or they're just going to gaslight us forever. Well, if they plan to keep it around forever, you know, and they want it to grow, they put people like Jim Panda out there going crazy and acting like, you know, I mean, some of these guys make it look bad on purpose. Almost, you'd think it's that bad. You know, could just be that they're playing the role of the loser for the time being until they actually play the role of I lost. Okay, it's flat. Wink, wink. Now we're gonna give you the outer pounder side or whatever.
Like, but my side, I would say, like, I don't want NASA Shill on my side. I don't want Zanuck on my side. I don't want you. Even if you say you're a flat earther,
exactly.
I deny it.
Yeah.
I deny it. I don't want you. You're never a flat earther. I don't even care what you say.
Right.
You're never.
That's why it would suck so bad if they say it's flat, right? If we have the government talking about flat, we have flat earth taco stands, and you know we got Pastor proves flat earth, and just make it like this commercial thing. You know that would suck worse than them trying to deny it. At least if they keep the NASA bullshit going, we know what they're lying about better than, you know, oh, it's flat, and now there's these things that go along with what you can prove to yourself, and you know must be true now because we can't. There'd be no way to know for sure. Or who's the cool guy that you should talk to that's a flat earther, 1 out of 100, rather than everybody's a flat earther now, and we don't know who's cool anymore.
Hey, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
earther, bro. It's me, bro.
Dude, Earth's so flat. I totally knew it. I was saying, I was just trolling it, like playing that part, but I knew it all along.
OG. Real flat earthers.
Yeah, everyone's going to claim that they knew it in 2015. Kind of like we have I've heard a lot of flat earthers that are like, for some reason, they have to claim that they're a flat earther a lot longer. I think that makes them cool or something.
It's 2015, bro. Trust me. I know the ropes. I can show you the ropes, bro. Refraction. We need to get some Glovers up in this. Biatch! Riggs, where are all the Glovers at? We need to like go fishing for Glovers.
Well, it kind of works like this, man. You have to
Nope,
you
I'm
have to
not doing
be
it.
somewhere. You have to stick to a server, and then they come to you. It's kind of how that works.
Well, we've kind of monopolized the flat Earth Discord servers, or you did.
Yeah. Like if there were just a constant supply of flat earthers here, then they would know where to go. But if you do that somewhere else, then they go somewhere else.
Well, I left Geos, so this
Oh well,
I'm
that's
camping.
your that's your vote. Whatever. I'm
We're
also
camping.
not there. But Tim, what's the trick here, bro? What's the trick? Should I?
Tim, tell us, how do we get them?
Do you think maybe I should like do debates? Should host debates? You think that's the trick?
Let's do worldwide debate.
Wide debate.
Big wide, super wide.
Oh yeah. If you guys have any boosts, I will take them from you. I'm about to lose 14 on the 21st.
Chunky debates.
What's a boost?
Server boost.
What does that even mean?
It means that you've put money into your computer and then it gives it to me.
Did you lose $14 or something? What are you talking about?
No, it's more like 60 something. Yeah, it's like what gives us the ability to have like big file sizes and
Okay.
like all the features and emojis and stuff.
If you boost the server, you'll get an invite to Synclinzer server.
Wow, that's a fucking
weekend
deal.
The weekend
Dude,
special.
even I get banned off that motherfucker.
I didn't say it was forever. You get to.
Oh, well, that's true. That's
You
true.
get to peek. What
There
could
you go,
be in
Riggs.
there? You know.
Oh, Cold swinging big with that big.
Not because I wanted
Cole,
Sin's
already invited to my
server.
server.
I know. That's why I
Let's
say
go.
that.
Let's go.
Riggs lets me
Nice.
stream in here. He lets me post stuff in the chat. Shit, about games and stuff. So least I can do.
Oh,
Cole.
I love you, Cole. Thank you so much. We now have a server tag.
You should give him like the server booster role, or like.
Oh, he has it already. He just got it.
Nice,
Put him up on the right hand side, like way up.
So yeah, he distinctly sticks out. Well, no, it's not like that because that would mess up the different roles and stuff. But he sticks out anytime he types.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
It's pay to win these days, guys. From what I hear.
That was awesome of you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, ain't no problem. Gotta help your friends
we
out.
need more, we need more Glovers like that. Like Cole, you're our guy.
I try not to come in here and be a glober. I try to just come in here and just be a gamer.
Same. I just play Flat Earth like a game. Sometimes, allegedly.
I mean, I can fulfill the role if I have to sometimes, but I don't come in here for that. I come in here just to hang out and play games and chill out. Because for one reason, I've quit being such a glober. Is the more I hang out in these servers, the more I realize that it seems like that you guys are right in a whole lot of ways when y'all say that people, Glovers tend to just read stuff out of science books and then full out believe it without ever even wondering if the stuff in the science books was, who done the experiments that says that, yeah, what's in the books is what should be in the books, and all that stuff. You never hear anybody say that. You never hear anybody say, this person did this experiment to prove that this is true. They just say, science says this is true.
Auto truthers. Yeah.
Well, I only think that because that's the way I was raised. Like it's not that I'm attacking like all Globers or anything when we say stuff like that. Like that was literally the position I was in. Like that's how I was raised. That's the communities I rolled in. Like it was just there's so many things that I look back on like in the culture that I was part of, and I'm like, man, that's like brainwashing, or like, man, that's like mind control, like just straight up. And looking back on that retrospectively, like when I say it, it's just because of personal experience. It's not even really that like I'm calling you or anyone else like that you actually identify as that. It's just something that I know is out there. And what's really fucked up about it? It's kind of like have you ever just like been in certain quarters and suddenly racism is totally fine? It's just like, whoa, like what just happened?
I've been
and
in
then
that.
and then you
those
leave
neck of the
there, and
woods.
it's like, yeah, that was racist. You know, like it was like really obvious. Like it feels that way. It feels dirty, bro. It feels dirty just to be like, oh yeah, well, space time's warping and facts change every day. Just like all this fucking mind nonsense. It's gross. It's actually gross when you look at it existentially. You just look at it for what it is. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh, oh yeah. If you ask a Glober, are you 100% sure you're a man? And he's like, oh, I'm not sure. I'm only 85%
Right.
sure. Well, it's like, oof, that's the problem.
It's yeah. I can only be 99.9% sure of anything. That to know something is true is just a belief. That kind of fucking, like, anything to slight your certainty, that's dog shit. That needs to go away. I don't need to be uncertain that I'm a man or that you're a woman or whatever. Something that I can know for sure. I'm breathing air. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm breathing. Okay, yeah, well, maybe you, but I'm breathing air. That's for sure. 100%. You know, there's so much out there in this brainwashing globe shit that needs to just die. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's
True.
the government propaganda is to try to plant a seed of doubt, and that's why they get your parents to lie about Santa, so that you're like, oh, my parents lied to me, I can't trust them, and then the government's there to catch you and teach you all the bullshit, and you're like, oh, my parents lied to me, and the government's here to save me. Yeah,
That's
the
simple.
Santa lie plants the seed of doubt. Where you're like, what? Why did my parents lie to me? Shit, and then it's just like the Glober is like they question their parents, and the parents tell them stuff, and you're like, no, I'm not doing it, Dad. Fuck you. But the government says that they're like, yes, sir. I'm gonna lick your boots, sir. Yes, sir. Boots, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boots. Yes, sir. Government boots. They question their parents, but they don't question the government.
Yeah.
You're
Or they
supposed to
double
honor.
the double speak and say the government lies, but only sometimes. So the government did 9/11, they lied there, but they're telling me the truth about Glob. So
Well, what's the extent of the government's ability or desire to lie? And that, I think that's the line that I guess most of the mainstream people, they're not willing to cross. Like they're willing to admit that the government has perhaps alien craft, they reverse engineered it. They will readily admit that they'll literally take over whole countries, whether or not there was any terrorism associated with the attack. They're willing to admit that they basically just monitor poppy farms for decades in order to just create a monopoly for a medical cartel. And they'll admit like an endless amount of shit, false flags. They'll admit to knowing about 9/11 or Pearl Harbor before the attack happened. They'll admit fucking, I mean, this is just not even scraping the crust of what they'll admit. But when it comes to, if we could just, somehow change a fundamental truth of someone's reality to the point that they could never overtake us, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that at all, would they? I mean, it would be the number one thing they'd love to do, because as long as they kept you in that state of not knowing for sure, or not knowing something that, or at least, how about this, doubling down on something that wasn't true, you're the perfect adversary. They could stomp on you like a bug at any moment because you don't have any understanding of reality.
well, that's the perfect definition of a Stockholm syndrome slave, where it's like, you lied to me 4,000 times, but you told me the truth about the glob. It's just like, how does that work?
Yeah, I rose you to the top, Cole. Thank you so much, dude. So the boosters now get big ups. It screws up the colors on the server, but I guess I could fix that. I don't know. I kind of like the cyan.
Cyanide.
You know, maybe I'll make it white. Maybe I'll just make it white. Fuck it. Or the most golden, like an insta gold.
He's the golden boy.
Well, that's the thing. The more you type, the more golden your tag gets. So if you boost,
Really?
you get insta gold. Yeah, the rolls as you level up, your name gets more gold.
Oh
Just
man, I
slightly.
gotta post like thousands of messages. LOL.
Don't tell anybody.
Would I look good in gold? Let me see.
You're already a contender. You're on level 2 gold.
How many levels are there?
There's 5. I think 6.
Oh, I thought
maybe.
there's
I'm not
like
sure.
50.
Well, not every color is attached to each level.
You got more colors?
Yeah,
How do I get a
just
different
told
color?
you. You have to level up more.
Okay, how do I,
you have to
can I pick
level
my
up,
color?
bro.
I'll
He's,
level up,
he's
just
gonna
how do I
go
get my
get a.
color?
He's gonna like put some plug in that types for him.
I'm just gonna auto. I'm gonna ask Eggshells where his bot is, and then
Oh, smart.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Too soon. Too soon.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna work with Eggshells, and we're gonna have a Taylor Swift bot, and we're only gonna talk to Fresh. Is that okay, Fresh?
It
Yeah, I
would be
got
kind
you.
of cool to have the AI bot like regurgitate the AI, so you could ask it questions. Just like because when you ask Globers questions, usually they obfuscate or they're never going to answer. So if you had that AI in the room, you'd be like, "Hey, Sage, does the horizon rise with altitude?" And be like, "Yes, the horizon rises with altitude as you da 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 da." So, but I
We need
don't
like a Nathan
have the
Oakley bot.
technological skills for that.
What if we just made bots of every flat earther? A quantum eraser
Exactly what
bot,
he's doing.
a Nathan Oakley bot, What's it gets it bot.
Making personalized profiles of each person so he can upload each one to it while he's having sex with his bot at home.
Oh, nice. Which one do you think he picked?
I think you.
Oh man. No, he probably picked somebody he hates. That's what I do.
No, remember he said he'd smash that tranny, so he's into like femboys.
Well, he might have been just pranking you. Maybe it was just a prank.
Oh wait, I take that back. I apologize. I didn't mean to slander him that way. That wasn't him. That was actually Rupif last night.
You know, I have short-term memory. I forget everything.
Yeah, that was Rufy that said he'd smash the tranny, and then posted the picture of the tranny that he would smash.
Come get your tags, boys. Come get your tags.
Riggs is like,
I'm nerding out, man. I'm so excited. I got a fucking tag. Let's go. I'm so happy about that.
Riggs is watching the plant grow in real time.
I am, dude. I'm the guy that I fucking stunt the growth of the plant because I'm sitting there going, "Get the fuck on, brother, grow." I'm like staring at it, and the leaves are just blowing in the fan. Like, God damn it, hurry up, make nugs.
You should do like a saga where you just debate other server owners. That would be funny.
But see, now we can. With this place, we can do anything now. All the things that we wanted to do, we can do them.
We challenge Earth Awakenings 1v1 debate.
That would be retarded.
In the left corner, we have GeoLove with the 4-quarter Earth.
Yeah.
And
Actually, we could have
in the
4
right
people fight in the ring.
corner.
Actually, we could have a globe as the ring, so we can have no corners.
I need to hire a voice actor to do
Let's get ready to troll
exactly.
the Globers.
That's what I need. I need to do, or I need to record it myself or something. But yeah, I need
record
one
it
of
yourself,
those.
add some reverb and delay.
I have
Easy
that.
peasy.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
I
got to
need
be
to do it.
really funny. You can't like try too hard, or it'll be like, wow, that's kind of.
Well, I guess what I'll do is I'll watch a couple tutorials to see which one is the funniest.
You're gonna have to practice it in the shower. You gotta get the timing right. The rev up.
Oh, I haven't bathed in a while though.
Well, maybe you can have like a 5-hour shower and just really just practice your opera. Let's get ready.
But the question is, have you invited Brenda Debates or Zanuck yet?
The final boss.
I don't have access to them.
I'll debate Brenda.
They're not on servers that I'm on, I don't think.
I want to debate Brenda 1v1. That'll be a confusing debate. Or me
Yeah,
versus
like I said,
which one's going to be on top?
Usually what happens is when they find like Dogs Are Gods or Brenda, when they find out there's a Flat Earth server and there's 20 people in the room, they're like, holy shit, I got to go in there and I got to spout my government doctrine until I get banned or whatever.
Yes,
like, so
they have
usually
to
like
do it.
they're always on the front line of defending the government. So
well, we'll see. This is why. Okay, I think it's highly suspicious, bro. Actually, and I'm keeping my mind peeled. Okay, I think it's super suspicious that they're not joining. I mean, there's over 100 people here, and there's activity like constantly. Where are the incessant petulant Glover? Where is the Robert? I've sent him a link. He didn't come. Where are the ones that don't shut the fuck up? You know, they're not
Omni got
popping.
mad or something. Jesse
Dude, Omni
got
was
scared.
coming over here. Dude, even Jesse came over here, got scared and left, and told everyone else to leave. I think I'm not on the list. I think that they are only allowed, like, dude, this is what I'm, okay, this is like big brain, okay?
Conspiracy
If I'm
time.
not, total conspiracy, this is total conspiracy, like, you know, none of this is fact, okay? But if it were the case that there are certain approved servers for certain, you know, agendas to be pushed, I definitely wouldn't be one of them because they ain't fucking showing up.
Likely story.
But I have a plan. I actually do have a really beastly plan. It's a beastly plan. I have not exposed this plan yet, except to one person, but they actually left Discord. Go figure. Shout out to Osco. He's been gone like 4 weeks now. I don't know where the fuck he went. Now his account's deleted. So whatever. I have a plan to bring in debaters, and I have a plan to increase participation from regular people like yourselves. And I have a plan to maintain composure so that people are bringing the best version of themselves. And I have another plan to make sure that the people who wouldn't show up here actually do. And they don't have a choice. So now we test this theory. We'll see if it happens. Not right now.
Yeah, I would say
in the coming weeks. In the coming weeks.
Are a good plan. Usually what happens is people join a new server, they get timed out, and then they're just like, "Fuck it, I'm leaving the server." Like, so just like Omnivores, MMM, and Globe Gangsters. Like, once you over censor, then game over. You killed your own server.
Yeah. See, what's his name? Jesse didn't get censored at all. I actually wasn't even in the room.
At all here.
I stepped away. I think I went to the restroom or took a shower or something, and then when I came back, like Jesse had.
Go figure.
Well, you interrupt, but Jesse had talked for 13 minutes and then just left. So,
see, that's the other double-edged sword, where it's like, okay, if you have a little bit too like free speech, then Jesse might get called names and called out for his bullshit, and they'd be like, I don't want to be in the server where people actually call me out for my bullshit, so I'm just going to go to a safe space.
Well, and that's something I need to kind of train. So, if you guys have a conspiracy, I do want free speech. I want everyone's ideas to get out there, but I want it hopefully not to be just interruptions. See what I mean? Like free speech when it's your turn and at a reasonable volume so that everybody can continue to listen to you and then go on to the next person.
So even why would Jesse leave after 13 minutes of talking? Like, why would you leave a server?
I don't know.
There's no reason.
It wasn't
like,
overbearing. It wasn't super crazy. I went back and listened to it. It was just like, I mean, it wasn't the best characterization of the server. It was like Q-Op and Electric kind of ganging on him, but I mean, what did he expect when he's trying to talk to the biggest trolls in the space? You know, like that's his fault.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
You know?
Like, you're never going to win. He'll be like, oh, you should have shut them down. They're calling me names. And then you shut them down, then those guys leave. So it's like, you're never going to, no server owner is going to make everybody happy. So it's just like, you're kind of screwed either way. But
well, we can put a good behavior on, and we won't, like, there are some people in Flat Earth that don't insult and stuff. So maybe just treat them with kids' gloves and they'll feel okay.
It'll be fine. Look, I find that people's behavior actually gets better when there's more people, because then, you know, you can be in like listening mode instead of having to perform all the time. You know, you can actually do stuff in your real life instead of having to be forced to talk.
Yeah, I kind of like
only talk when you have something like important to say, you know?
Like if it's a small room, I'm more talkative. If it's a bigger room, I kind of just like to chill and listen.
Right. So when you get around to like the 10 to 15 person mark, that's when people start to show respect for one another. But below that, it's just a shit show, to be honest with you.
yeah, sometimes less is more, which means when Zanuck talks, it's obviously all bullshit because he's got 4,000 words a minute. So, like, if you say less and they're more impactful statements, they're going to mean more than a guy that speaks 4,000 words a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if Zanuck would really fit in here. He's a motor mouth.
I kind of think he's fun to talk to, though. Like, if you're in a
He
motor
can
mouth
be.
mood.
Well,
Like,
if talking is what he's doing.
You know? Yeah.
If he is talking, though. But he's not usually just fucking like Spurging. I can't stand Spurg, bro. That's
Well,
a
I can't
I
stand
might have
flat
to
earthers.
leave.
Like there are flat earthers that take the bait and he'll troll too. Like he knows how to troll.
Well, if somebody wants
I
to
would argue
moderate
that all
Xanac,
Globers,
go for it.
like, there's not one Glober that I haven't seen that's not a troll. Jesse trolls, Ruhif trolls, like they all troll. Everybody trolls. So if they don't admit that they're trolling, then obviously that's even worse because you can't even admit it. But I'm not trolling every time, but I'm going to troll Globers when the time is right, for sure.
Who's the biggest troll?
Biggest troll.
Biggest
When I send
Globe
someone
troll?
trolling me, I troll them 20 times harder.
Exactly. I can even debate somebody for 2 hours in text, no insults. Once they do a passive aggressive insult or they insult, it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to return fire. So
I'm just gonna troll you now for the next 5 hours.
The biggest troll is it's probably that the chief squatting dog guy. You guys know what I'm talking
We
about?
should get him in here. That'd be fun. I think
Well,
we should
he
we
agrees
should let the trolls
with-
talk to the trolls.
Yeah.
If we're
maybe.
bored and we don't have anything else, right? You kind of turn it
Yeah,
off
bring
when
it.
you
I mean, bring him in.